Man, first it was Cyberpunk, then it was reading the original Ghost in the Shell manga, this thing's a frickin' textbook, and now it's Marathon. Yeah, I'm addicted. It probably isn't much of a surprise for you, but it genuinely was for me. I had managed to kick the Destiny bug for quite a while, but all it took was 1 or 2 tries from a shared copy in a Steam family library, and now, how much time have I put in? Over like 10 days? Yeah. That checks out.
There's 2 right there!
See you on the other side.
I met a traveler from an antique land.
Marathon is a new PvE and PvP extraction shooter by Bungie, the creators of Halo and Destiny, and a continuation of their original Marathon universe. Now, hold on! Before you get turned off by the extraction shooter name, just hear me out. The game does everything in its power to remove the annoying aspects of the genre, and it works unbelievably well. We'll just start with the thing that is literally catching your eye at the moment, which is probably the visuals. Whether you personally enjoy them yourself, you have to admit, this is a very unique looking game. The aesthetic is quite literally unlike anything I've ever seen. The only things I have to compare it to are probably Ghost in the Shell, as I mentioned at the start, and the Braytech facilities from Destiny 2, which, surprise surprise, Bungie were the ones responsible for. The stark coloring and prototype labeling on every little thing, the boxy 3D printed guns, the realistic fauna and rocks, and the lighting, it all works together perfectly. My artist friend has said repeatedly that Marathon somehow managed to take the ugliest, most piss-looking shade of yellow-green imaginable and turned it into a brand, and it works. It's so hard to fathom how they made it work. And the music is also pretty good too, I will add. Code Race is a great track. Now, I do feel the need to address the early controversy before the comments do, which will probably destroy any chance of a Bungie employee recognizing this review. But yes, the plagiarism issues involving artist Anti-Real's work was disgraceful, and I am very glad to see Bungie do their best to make right by it. If I'm going to give them the best good faith argument possible, based on things I've heard about the designers already having similar concepts during development, my suspicion is that they brought on some new artists or contract workers, showed them Anti-Real stuff as a mood board, or just some idea of, this is an idea of what we want to do, and then some lazy fucker went and copy-pasted it. But as pissed as I am that it happened, I think it's good that Bungie did all they could to fix it and make it up to Anti-Real, to the point of adding her to the credits as a visual design consultant. You can interpret that to mean they hushed her, but I want to try to stay a little optimistic amidst the unrelated naysaying I've seen online. What I'm trying to say is, this is the biggest not a game for everyone game I've ever seen, and I think it's really worthwhile trying it or watching a lot of content before you write it off with a snarky tweet. It's really cathartic and exciting seeing so many people changing their minds and giving Marathon a shot and finding out they really enjoy it. I'd rather that than people watching Steam numbers all day because their favorite game is sinking into mud. Sorry, I'll stop. Let's get back to the game. So if you're unfamiliar with the extraction shooter genre, I'll give you a quick tour. You know how in Call of Duty or whatnot, you pick a loadout before a match and then you always have access to those weapons? Well, with an extraction shooter, you need to go find your own guns to use, and if you get killed out in the field, you lose it all, free for picking from some other player. Sounds scary, I'm sure, but here's where Marathon gets you hooked. See, yes, you are going to lose your loot. A lot. But Marathon has a number of things going for it that helps mitigate the pain of gear fear. For starters, there's the sponsored kits. You can go to the armory, and every day there is a free sponsored kit that rotates between one of the 6 factions. It gives you a primary weapon, some ammo, a few recovery items, and now you're set to go. And these are infinite. There's no daily limit to free kits. You do not run out of chances to play. And I think that's the main thing that sets Marathon apart. You always have a chance to keep playing the game, to get out there and find something while still having a fighting chance against other players. Just bored and want to go hunt other players for the evening without losing any gear you're saving for serious runs? Pop on a free kit, or spend some normal credits on a better kit to run. Got no pals on at all? You can do rook runs instead. Want to make your account stronger in general? You can do quests instead of loot hunting. There's always something to target, and you always get to keep trying. Plus, a match is only 25 minutes maximum, so you'll always be in and out of games to keep trying different stuff. I really think Bungie nailed the gameplay loop with this one. They also nailed the gunplay, but that shouldn't be a surprise. There is a reason Halo is universally known, and why there are still people playing Destiny to this day. Bungie knows how to make shooting virtual guns feel fucking good. And that's against bots and players alike. All the guns feel good, and the weapon pool is just the right size. Not too overwhelming, but not too small that it lacks exploration. And also, weapon quality, you know, white, green, blue, purple, gold, isn't tied to the gun itself, but its attachments. So you can easily find out what guns you like, and then work on making your favorite ones better by looting attachments for them later. And if you lose the gun, you can probably just get another one from the armory later, or you'll just find one out in the world. Sure, there are a handful of specific rarer weapons, no doubt about that, but even the vast majority of the weapon pool that you'll see in every game still rock. I'm a big fan of the most basic AR there is, the Overrun. Funnily enough, Marathon feels like it has even more Apex Legends DNA than it does Destiny 2. Just the moving and shooting and such, the ammo systems are similar, the health and shield system is exactly the same. There's something about it that feels distinctly Apex. It's weird, but I'm not complaining. Another aspect of the Apex DNA, as one could put it, is the runner system. In lore, you are playing as a consciousness downloaded to one of these synthetic bodies called shells, which are made by bioengineered silkworms. It's so cool. You have a choice between one of 6 characters to play as on your run. Destroyer, riot shield tank, and shoulder-mounted rocket launchers while shooting. Vandal, arm cannon user and big speed booster that ignores heat. Assassin, smokes and invisibility for stealth supreme. Recon, explosive spider drone and massive scan for enemies through walls. Triage, the medic class with a healing bot and a defibrillator alt. And Thief, equipped with a grapple hook and a drone that robs other players' backpacks. Squads go up to a max of 3, so it's good to mix and match to cover all your bases, while still playing a kit that you enjoy. I tend to go for Vandal while solo because of her maneuverability, and Recon in a squad. The nice thing about this is that the abilities do not feel insanely overtuned or broken most of the time. Even just the basic abilities have long cooldowns, so you have to know the right time to use them in a fight, because chances are you won't get a second shot at them. This prevents the snowball fight that Destiny 2 PvP turned into, where it's just endless ability spam. Here in Marathon, it's gunplay first and foremost, and the abilities complement that gameplay. Much more enjoyable and balanced. There are some things that probably should be looked at, like the fact that an invisible assassin with a signal jammer consumable active is completely impossible to spot unless you catch the shimmer, or any other funky exploits like Thief's slide grapple. But overall, I don't find myself getting frustrated over abilities nearly as much as I was initially worried about. Assassins are gonna rat, that's just the nature of the game. It's gonna suck sometimes. Now, a moment ago, I mentioned something in Vandal's kit about heat. Instead of your typical stamina system, this game has an inverted version of that. Because you are a synthetic body, you are prone to overheating. So sprinting, sliding, using some abilities, and performing melee attacks are taxing on your body. That means you have to occasionally let yourself cool down. Walking instead of running helps. Crouch walking not only lowers heat faster, but also reduces the sound of your footsteps. And being in water or rain makes it go down even faster. Yes, the weather actually plays a role in gameplay. It's such a cool touch. There is actually one more class I didn't mention, which is the Rook. This is your scav character. You can only play solo, no contract progression, he always loads in with a pistol and a shitty kit, and you always load midway into an ongoing match. This is your other option for scrounging up gear if you don't or can't run in squads or solos. And it's not bad. You don't lose anything for dying on Rook, you can literally only go upwards. Plus, completing contracts with the other 6 factions gives you upgrades, and upgrades eventually build towards making your Rook runs better, giving him a better shield, better guns, better equipment when you load in. So playing the game normally makes your Rook run stronger. It's great. And just like with the free sponsored kits, you can run Rook as much as you want, whenever you want, compared to the limited and delayed scav runs in Escape from Tarkov, another popular extraction shooter, from what I understand. The 6 factions of Marathon all have different objectives and quest lines through their contracts for you to complete, and they'll dish out rewards for helping them out. Cyber Acme is your starting corp, characterized through the AI head Oni, and rewards you for general success while running. New Caloric is the biggest provider of consumer goods, and likes giving you healing goods. Traxxas, the industrial magnate of the galaxy, hands out weapon mods like napkins at a birthday party. Mida are space anarchists whose opening quest asks you to kill UESC bots and break windows. No, I am not kidding. Arachne is an edgelord cult that rewards you for killing other players. That's about it for them. And of course, my favorite of them all, Sekaguchi Genetics, the company behind the shells, run by Nona, the big worm that makes all the rules. I like Sekaguchi the best. There's not a crazy amount of active story going on outside of the runner scavenging the ruins of the new Cascadia colony while avoiding the United Earth Space Council forces trying to lock the area down, but it's not super necessary. The little bits and pieces of lore thrown in are enough. There are currently 4 maps in Marathon. Higher challenge equals better loot. The base 3, in order of ascending challenge, are Perimeter, Dire Marsh, and Outpost. Perimeter is a clifflands made for beginners. Dire Marsh is a hell swamp designed for psychopaths. Ooh. And Outpost is where you go if you want actual loot during the week. It's a rainy port facility where the entire flow of the map is dictated by a massive, near impenetrable building in the center called the Pinwheel, where all the best loot is kept. And breaking in usually means fighting off waves of UESC bots and also other players because the entire map is alerted when you are breaking in. Awesome! Just recently, thanks to the work of the community solving a massive ARG puzzle, we just got access to the Cryo Archives on weekends. It is substantially harder than the other zones, has a raid level boss tucked away inside it, but also has the best loot, and I really like this concept. Gear up throughout the week, then bring your best on the weekend to try and get the limited god tier gear from the archives. That way, you have a reason to grind during the week, and it keeps people from snowballing their accounts into untouchable statuses by only running Cryo Archives. And of course, there's the complete vault clearout that's planned to happen every 3 months. Yes, all your progress and gear will be reset. Yes, I'm fine with that. It will keep power creep under control, give new people the chance to join in at the same place as everyone else that's starting fresh, and you'll have cosmetic goods to show your true long-term progression. I did not think I was going to be this okay with gear fear, but as I said earlier, Marathon has made me feel so comfortable with losing shit. Escape will make me god, after all. The cycle of winning and losing feels like the rush of gambling with none of the real risk. And on top of it all, it's a medium price game, $50 USD instead of full price, and it uses the Helldivers 2 Battle Pass system. Like, exactly the same, and it's the best kind of Battle Pass on the market, so that rules too. In terms of negatives, there's not a lot I can think of. When it rarely lags, it makes the game very difficult to play, so you definitely need a stable internet connection for it. And I've only had 1 crash so far, which isn't too bad considering it's 2026 and a Bungie release. I think the biggest thing is if you don't have any friends to play with. It's good solo, but it will never be as fun as running with friends. I wanted to get my thoughts out about this game because A, I've been absolutely loving it. It's been so much fun to do a few runs every night, and I never thought I'd love the game this much. But also B, because there's been so much whining and crying from people that have barely or not even tried the game. And look, I was in the Destiny community for years. These people love to cry. I've seen it. And in a game where the cycle of earning and losing gear is a perpetual constant, I don't think I'm going to seriously consider the opinions of someone who can't even manage their own vault space after being given 1,000 slots. Not interested. I just wanted to share some love for a change. So, if you were hesitant about trying Marathon, I'd say it's worth giving it a shot. It's not a full price game, there's plenty of LFGs out there to find others, or you can just autofill, and who knows, it may just catch you by surprise. I hope this video has helped in your decision making, and if it's a yes, then I look forward to running into you on Tau City 4. See you around, runner. Also, don't forget that push to talk and proximity chat are tied to 2 different buttons. Please use prox chat more. We need more trash talking. I found him. Found you.
Dude, nice shot. You got me.
Yeah. GG. GG.